What is going on, guys? This is Twin Lads Picks here, and today I'm giving you guys my two best NHL picks for today's slate. But first things first, as always, we have to recap yesterday's games that I picked. I picked two games. The first one that I took, the New York Rangers in 60 minutes to beat the Montreal Canadiens as Jeff Petry turned into Cale Makar. 2 goals yesterday. He basically scored with 1:30 left. That was like a kick in the nuts. I know Dylan Strome scored with 5 minutes left. Gave us a little bit of hope. I was like, okay, Chris, breathe. There's about 5 minutes left. Maybe the Rangers can win. Nope. Jeff Petry gets a goal with 1:30 left. There goes my bet. That was the first one I lost. But luckily, the second one that I put down yesterday was the Kings 60-minute money line against the Seattle Kraken. And oh yeah, 5 goals against the Kraken. As expected, the Kings win in regulation. I said it in yesterday's video, and I'll say it again. The Kings, I think, are on a mission here. They're trying to get some respect back. This is not the same dynasty from 2012 to 2014, but this is still a Kings team that is driven, they're motivated, and they want to make an upset in the playoffs. They want to beat out an Edmonton Oilers. And McDavid, if I was you, I'd be watching out, because guys like Philip Deneau, guys like Anze Kopitar, Blake Lizotte, even Adrian Kempe and Iafallo, these are big body guys, and they're gonna come at you. But shout out to the Kings for making us go one-on-one in the night. With our NHL picks on this channel, we're now 1-2. Let's try and go 2-0 today, guys. Let's try and get above 500. So first things first, I'm gonna get you my first pick of the day, and that is going to be the Washington Capitals on the money line at -130 against the New York Islanders. Now, the New York Islanders have always been looked at as a grindy, gritty team. You're never going to have it easy when you face the Islanders. But the Washington Capitals, I think, are still trying to catch the Pittsburgh Penguins, and they have something actually to play for here. There's not a lot of teams left in the year that have something to play for. Washington still has something to play for. And let me just bring up a couple stats here. The Capitals are 5-1 straight up in their last 6 games against the New York Islanders. The Washington Capitals are 9-3 in their last 12 games when playing the Islanders on the road. So that alone really intrigued me, that stat, to take the Washington Capitals here. The fact that they're 12-3 in against the Islanders on the road, that is absolutely incredible. And the Washington Capitals, I said it yesterday about the LA Kings being a really good road team. The Washington Capitals record on the road is 25-8-6. Now, I know a lot of bettors out there are probably hesitant to take the Washington Capitals tonight because the grade 8 Alex Ovechkin is out of the lineup. But this team, like I mentioned, someone to play for. Tom Wilson has had a great year. Kuznetsov is looking great. Backstrom is looking great. Anthony Manta's looking great. TJ Sochi, he's looking like he's going back to his form from a couple years ago. This team, honestly, if I'm Florida, I know they've had a great year. I wouldn't want to face this Washington Capitals team. The only thing that's holding them back for me personally is their goaltending. Vinnycek and Samsonov, they don't really do it for me. But other than that, I think the amount of goals that I think could be scored in this game are a lot. Sorokin, I'm not really sure if he's in that. I know Vanecek is for the Caps. Still an unknown for the Islanders, but Sorokin's been a top 5 goalie this year. I wouldn't blame you guys for taking the Islanders here, but the Washington Capitals have something to play for here. They want to jump their top rivals in the Pittsburgh Penguins in the standings. I think that would motivate any team to win down the final stretch of the year. So my first pick of the day is the Washington Capitals money line at -130 on FanDuel. My final pick of the day, because again, I don't necessarily like a lot of these picks. A lot of teams don't have a lot to play for. It's a very unpredictable slate. But the other game that I'm actually going to take is another puck line. I took it 2 days ago, and it worked out with Vancouver. I'm going back to the -1.5 puck line, but this time it's with the Edmonton Oilers taking on the San Jose Sharks. A perfect example here of taking the -1.5 is the reason being for me that I'm taking it is that the last 7 of 8 games that the Sharks have played the Oilers, it has gone over. And who is the better offensive team? The Edmonton Oilers. Zach Hyman, Kyler Yamamoto, Leon Draisaitl, and Connor McDavid are still playing. They're not resting them. This is a great, great team. I think they're going to come out here. They could easily get 2 goals in the first period, build that 2-goal lead early on. And James Reimer is in net tonight for the San Jose Sharks. I'm not the biggest fan, and I would usually fade James Reimer any chance that I can. especially this time in the season. Pains me to say because I'm an Optimus Prime lover. I mean, that guy carried the Leafs in the playoffs all those years back. So this is a different time. The Edmonton Oilers are hungry. They're trying, again, just like the Kings, they're trying to make a statement. They're trying to scare some teams in the West. I think this could be easily a 3-4 goal game, as the Edmonton Oilers are the much better hockey team here. I got the Edmonton Oilers at -1.5 because, again, you're looking at the money line. You're looking at all that stuff. The value on these lines for the NHL is just ridiculous. So the money line is originally -330. I'm not doing that. I don't think anybody's doing that. So I'm going with the puck line here for the Edmonton Oilers at -137. Those are my 2 picks for today. The first pick, I'll quickly go over it. I know you guys just listen, but some people, they forget. Washington Capitals money line at -130, and the Edmonton Oilers puck line -1.5 against the San Jose Sharks at -137. Thank you so much again, guys. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Make sure to comment down your picks below, and stay tuned for more NHL action.